Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats Special Edition podcast. I am Rachel Chamness, a shamanic channel and mentor at Soundwaves Heal. Today's episode is part of a special series to give you a real peek inside TAG, my monthly membership. This is a community of lightworkers looking to deepen their connection to higher dimensional light beings and their extraordinary healing and light grids. Lightworkers, what you're about to experience is just a fraction of what we do in TAG every program, not to mention the extensive library of healings, meditations, and transmissions from higher dimensional light beings that is constantly growing. If this sounds like what you've been looking for to advance your light work, we would love to have you. Go to soundwaveshill.com/tag and sign up. We can't wait to welcome you. Hi, and welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. I'm a shamanic channel and mentor and a liquid Reiki shamanic sound healer, and I'd love to help you with Ascension. I do help lightworkers channel beings of light for both guidance and healing, and I love to do both. And in this show is all about ascension through connections with these beings, how they can help us go forward, how they can help us in our light path, which is what I call the healing path that we are on in this life to help others and to shine our own light. So welcome. Today, I want to start this session with a little bit of clearing. I have already constructed a sacred circle before starting this episode to encompass all who are watching. But now I'd like to bring forth a liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing to clear away our connection and the weight of the 3D matrix and connect us instead deeper into Gaia and her fifth dimensional grid. My liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing is just channeled healing, channeled light language from higher dimensional beings. Today we're working with a dragon, and she will be bringing that through me. Take a deep breath and release all that's not serving you. That felt good. Today, I will be bringing forth Sereaketelka, who is an Avalonian and Atlantean dragon. Beyond the veil in Atlantis was another Avalon, and here many of us trained to be lightworkers in this life, and perhaps we're still there outside of time in the fifth dimension or higher. So I want to bring through this dragon who will speak through me in a trance channel and then bring healing forward. I am Sereaketelka, and I am here, yes, outside of your time-space continuum, as you call it, speaking to you from Avalon, where many of you also are. I bring forth a message you may have heard before about ascension and what this means to you. Working on your own personal ascension is always our goal for you as humans, for there is no magic pill. You must only continue to work on your density release of the third dimensional matrix to connect deeper and higher into this fifth dimensional existence that you are all growing in, and the planet as well. As of now, you are in a more fourth dimensional existence, and so you must fight the duality of that. light and dark? And where are you compassionate and bringing unity to your world? As we help you vibrate higher than the fourth dimension through love, you are able to reach the fifth dimension. Right now, many of you, especially advanced light workers, can reach many of the higher realms of vibration in your channeling, in your meditation, and in your inner work. And yet we want to bring the body itself into the fifth dimension as well. This is maybe not any new news to most of you, but that is where I'd like to start in this channel today. I bring to you from Avalon the incredible calm that is sometimes missing in your third dimensional reality. As many of you struggle with the daily activities or overwork or exhaustion of the third dimension, sometimes the exhaustion is coming from the density involved holding into your body, this deep density. And of course, the work you must begin to release of your own trauma, not just this life, but many, many lives of the past, which you are also releasing at this time. And as you release them, you become lighter and lighter. And as this personal work is done, more is open to you by your many spirit guides who surround you and help you in this life, who walk with you and guide you to where you need to go, who bring you revelations and synchronistic events. There are so many that surround you, and you must learn to work with these guides, learn to receive their messages and believe in yourself more so that more messages can be given to you. And this is how you will bridge the divide of the fourth dimension to find your own light body to expand into a higher dimensional reality. We bring many tidings and joy to you that your work is paying off, that you are here for a reason, that there is much ahead of you, and that most of what you have been told in the past about limits in your reality is now lifting, which means anything is possible, and you will find your way into what you have felt was impossible in the past by releasing and advancing yourself with your own joy and your own presence in this moment, always your connection to nature, your compassionate self, your heart, and also your own self-care and attention. For though I see many of you have such a large heart and compassion for others, you must also learn to care for yourself and put yourself forward first and take great care of this body you have been given in this life. You must care for it. You must prioritize your own calmness and care. You must monitor where you are coming out of care for self and calmness and starting to come into a more frantic or stressful mode. And when that happens, you must self-correct. For this world you are in is difficult, but you must learn to be calm within it, to be calm without any outside help, such as medications or even plant medicine. You must learn to be calm within yourself by using only your thoughts, your manifesting techniques, and your own spirit magnified, feeling your spirit within and increasing its light with joy and presence is always the answer. In Avalon, I soar high above the temples that you are all in or have visited in this alternate reality, if you would like to think of it that way, but it is actually outside of time, another place that you are or have been. And here I soar and monitor the energies from all temples and navigate this energy to help all of you there. Have you experienced this life before? Do you see yourself with many of your soul family there, working on the techniques you need for this life? For there are many. The most popular and necessary one is the law of attraction, which many of you know well or have studied or are studying now. The other is to learn that you yourself are not alone and are surrounded by guides and higher light being helpers, that you have a real purpose, that your life is exactly what you have made it to be, that everything that is reflected back to you begins in your own auric field. And so when we find that life is difficult, when we see this is happening, we reflect to wonder where it comes from within the body. What feeling, emotion, or perhaps suppressed emotion or fear is causing this problem in your world to be reflected back at you. This is always learning and never a recrimination. This is not a judgment. This is not to send you into shame, for that is what you wish to avoid at all costs. Shame is not needed. Only learning. You have come here to learn all about how to bring yourself forward in your own light body, to grow your light, to release density by releasing what no longer serves you, by understanding that everything that happens is because of something that needs to be corrected. Therefore, when it happens, you are to self-correct, and that is the learning, not self-recrimination, loathing, self-loathing, or shame, or guilt, but of self-correction, of releasing stuck energy, of releasing old ideas taught to you which are no longer valid. This is how you go forward and build your light body. And now I bring to you a connection to myself so that you can be connected to the energy of your own Avalonian life. Hallelujah, no soy pai, hatsuya payo, sayuya mali, hotulaya ne. I hope that helped you. I'll tell you what I saw. When I'm channeling healing and messages from higher dimensional beings or higher light beings, such as Sereaketelka, they show me a lot of things clairvoyantly, which I'd love to share with you. And it helps, I think, the understanding. For me, it's a little more difficult when I trans channel to remember everything for long. So if you have that experience, I am there too. It just sometimes just kind of goes away. But I do hold on to it for a little while. So I'd love to explain what I saw. First of all, I saw many, many temples in Avalon. Avalon's one of my favorite subjects, and I talk about it all the time in all the things that I do, and especially in my monthly membership, which is called Transformation Ascension Group. This is affectionately called TAG, and it's really based on the soul family of one of the temples, which is the Temple of Isis. And our facilitator there, we call Our Lady, and we know one of her incarnations on earth as Mary Magdalene. And in this temple, we are all women and we are all priestesses, and she brings us through many, many exercises to learn how to be light workers in this life. And of course, that's what I'm always asking. Was this a past life, or is this life still happening? But since 5D is outside of time, then we are still experiencing it. And sometimes I see us there deep in meditation, and that meditation is this life. And I have chills everywhere. Do you? So perhaps you were there, but this is the first time that I've seen all the temples. So I've never seen all the temples before, and I'm very, very excited. So there are many, many temples that Sereaketelka is showing me. And she's showing me that, there are so many soul families there, because this is part of the 144,000 people who are here to help us all go forward as light workers. And I know that always sounds like such a low number for how many people are light workers, but they insist it works out in some way that we can't see. So never doubt that you are one of those 144,000, because you are. You're here watching this, and if you're drawn to this, then you are here to learn, to connect, and to channel more, and to learn how to do everything that you're seeing that I'm doing, because it is very possible for anyone. And if you feel like that's something you want to do, then it is something that you can do. It is available to anyone who wishes to do it. And I truly believe that it is part of Ascension to really learn to be able to receive all messages from your spirit guides and helpers. And that is how we learn to cut through the density of the 3D. But I digress. So Sereaketelka was showing me all the temples. She was showing me her just like flying in the air above them all. And honestly, she started to look more like a phoenix. Like the back of her, like behind her wings, was all different colored feathers I was starting to see, like I see a phoenix. And oh, it's just beautiful. So I could see her going over all the temples and managing the energy. So inside the temples, there we are, pumping out all this energy as we're working on all this density in these lives in meditation in the temple. And she is helping us manage it. And I love what she said. That is absolutely what I always get from all the beings that I trans channel. They always say all of those things. And so I love to hear that. I believe that you being connected to Sereaketelka could be really helpful. So she did connect you to her. What does that mean? If you're not a channel, then you can just go ahead and ask for spirit signs. And if you are a channel, then perhaps more. If you want to learn more about your spirit guides, then please check out my website at soundwavesheal.com and receive my free Spirit Guide Masterclass to help you do that. Lightworkers, I hope that you are being so deeply enriched by this episode and these connections. There's truly nothing that compares for your growth as a human, a healer, and a business owner to connect to the messages and healing of higher dimensional light beings who are here for our ascension. They are literally there waiting for you to ask for their guidance and help in all of these areas. And in our Tag Lightworker membership, we access them together every day and strengthen our ability to access them individually. If this sounds like the place for you, go to soundwavesheal.com, click on the membership button, and sign up. We can't wait to see you there. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I mentioned in the beginning, which is the sacred circle. I also sometimes call it a sacred sphere. And all it is an incantation to call in your archangels on all four sides, above and below. And you'll see behind me here, this is my altar, and it has on all four sides representation of earth, air, fire, and water. And each side has a little representation of that. And that stays in here always. And I'm always building the vibration here for this sacred circle in this room where I do all of my work. So in the south, we call Archangel Michael to come forward and to clear us with his sapphire blue light, to help us see truth and discernment, and to cut all cords and clear us in every way. In the north, we call in Archangel Uriel, ruby red, gold light, earth, and connection to higher ascended earth, connection to problem solving. In the east, we call in Archangel Raphael. This is emerald green light, healing of the body, the 3D body, and above. And then in the west, we call in Archangel Gabriel, which is diamond white light, and his diamond light dragons, and water, and bringing in that energy there. And then we'll call in Sandalphon below with silver light, bringing that up into the auric field, and above Metatron with his golden light coming into the auric field. Therefore, we are all surrounded by beautiful archangels who transmute lower frequencies to higher frequencies to love and keep us in this sacred space. And this is something that I do before every recording that I make and every show. And I love to share that because you can do the same thing. I'd like to end today with a card pulled for the collective who's watching. This is from my own deck, Elemental Magic and Manifestation Fae Oracle cards. I started with the Fae. They were the first to come forward and teach me how to use my skills, as I did not start this journey until I was in my 40s. And so it's never too late to come into your channeling abilities. This is the card I've picked for the collective, and it's just perfect. This is Phaelomaya, the fairy, and the card is yes. That is always what the Fae and all the Ascension guides tell me, is that the most important thing is for you to say yes to life, for you to take risks, for you to go forward, even if it's a little bit scary, and risk for what you want in this world, and that is how you will receive it. So I think this is a perfect card from Phaelomaya. I will channel a little healing from her for you to help you say yes. I love her energy. I love Faye energy. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Stay tuned because my next episode, I'll be bringing forth Archangel Sandalphon, and I can't wait to see what he is going to activate us all to. Remember to drink water and expect that there might be a little bit of detox. These liquid Reiki shamanic sound healings are a little stronger than they seem. So you'll want to drink water, maybe take a little nap if you need, and really integrate these light codes. Thank you so much. I'm Rachel Chamness at Soundwaves Heal. Lightworkers, what an honor it has been to share this space with you again. I hope you have received guidance and clarity from our time here together. Remember that this is just the tiny tip of the iceberg of what's available to you in the Tag Lightworkers membership. Come join us at soundwaveshill.com. I can't wait to meet you inside. Until then, this has been Rachel Chamness on 5D Channels and Chats Special Edition Podcast. See you next time.